everyone, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So we're building another house today. I don't want to call this a tiny house because it is a little bit too big in my opinion to be a tiny house, but it carries tiny house vibes, I suppose. So we are building what are supposed to be like, not actually stacked containers, but for the lack of a better word, I'm gonna call it a stacked contemporary house. That doesn't make any sense, but sometimes we just gotta like name the houses and just roll with it. Okay, so that's what I'm going with. Doesn't make sense, no, but it is what it is. So this is for two parents or just one, whatever you prefer, and then there's also room for, I believe it was a teen, and they live very small here. But they have basically like what they should need, I suppose. So if you're one of those that really prefer to just build, or not build, but play in smaller houses, you might like this one. Yeah, everything is just like very, very small scale. They have basically like enough couch space for all three, enough chairs at the dining table for all three, the very, very small dining table, by the way. And there are 3 lounge chairs as well. There's an office on the 2nd floor. Lots of books in there. I just felt like that was a perfect space for an office space. I couldn't really see what else I wanted to do with it. Plus, I know that you guys also like to have skill building things and builds. And so an office just makes sort of sense. That said, they don't have like a piano or guitars. I don't think I ended up putting any of those there, but there's a computer, books that you can use to build skill levels or to build skills, to increase skill levels. There we go. And then also there's what's it called? One of those, oh gosh, I forgot. I'm spacing out a little bit at the moment on the word. Telescope, there you go. That's on the balcony on the 2nd floor. So it's technically only accessible through the parents' bedroom, but you know, just do with that what you want. They also have like a little bit of a lounge area up there. There's a lounge area to the left of the house as well, just like a little cozy alcove, if you will. And lots of bikes because they live in like I really wanted there to be mountain bikes because they live on the island in Windenburg, and I felt like that would be perfect for this area. Like I could definitely see Sims going on mountain bike rides in this area. However, I don't, if I recall correctly, there aren't actually any mountain bikes for adults, but it might also just have been that I missed them. Like I could have just not seen them or something. There's a lot of like different bikes in the catalog since I can't remember what pack it was, but the one that we got all the children's bikes in. And so there's like a ton of children's bikes, but I still feel like I feel like I can't find if there's definitely a mountain bike for children, but I can't find one for adults. But it might just be that it's sort of gotten lost in my catalog, and I just for some reason again spaced out or something, and just everything's just like you know when you're trying to find something and it's like right in front of you, like that sort of thing, but with the mountain bike in the game. So anyway, but that was the idea, and I ended up not really being able to because I couldn't find it. So correct me if I'm wrong though, if there's actually a mountain bike for adults. You see me trying to find one desperately. Does that one actually work? Did I find one? It looks like, I mean, it could look kind of like a mountain bike. Oh my gosh, I did find one. See? So one of them does like mountain biking or something. Why did I completely misremember that? To be fair though, I built this like, not last week, but the week before. I have built both an apartment building in the meantime. Or not an apartment building. What is it, townhouses? They're townhouses, so they'll be up maybe tomorrow or something. There's one of the townhouses is being decorated as well in another video that'll be up this week. And I also have just finished a tiny house earlier today that I really enjoyed. That was sort of requested by one of you guys, or not requested, but suggested by one of you. So I had a lot of fun with that one. So like, it's been a while since I built this one. I just suck at doing voiceovers these days, but like, I am in my little bubble here, just enjoying doing different things in the game, building stuff that I like personally as well, and then I just don't do voiceovers. I don't know what it is. It's kind of strange. So yeah, I just completely forgot, but it's nice to know that we have mountain bikes. I just remember it being like a thing when I was looking through the catalog, like, it can't be right that we don't have mountain bikes for adults. What the heck? So anyway, but yeah. As for color scheme and stuff, we are still going for a little bit of like Scandi style for this house. I will say that the townhouse that we are decorating at some point, not today, that's not Scandi, just want to say, so it's not all going to be Scandi. But again, I said this in the last video as well, I think. I've just kind of been building a lot of things built, decorated as well, stuff that I personally really like. That's just what I'm in the mood for, and obviously as a Scandinavian, as a Dane, I kind of like gravitate towards that style very naturally. And so that's what you've been seeing a lot of here on the channel. But, you know, we'll get around to doing other things at some point. It's just the vibe that I'm in right now, like, or whatever you want to call that. So this one still Scandi, but we're going for warmer brown tones and then mixing in some green as well, because I felt like that just kind of fit with the house itself, the exterior of the house, but also the surroundings. Everything's very naturey here, so we're trying to bring that into the build as well. There's a little bit of plants here and there, but like, would it be one of my builds if there are no plants? No, not really. Like, that would seem like a weird, we're not doing that, no. Always gotta put in plants. It's just, it's a rule, okay? So a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and maybe a little bit of black in there as well, I think. But generally just like, you know, cozy, warm, Scandinavian interior. So I hope that's your thing. If not, there'll be something else for you at some point. So, but anyway, yeah, that's basically what we're doing. Building, I think it's on a 20 by 20, by the way. I think I just realized, I've probably realized this before. I've probably noticed before, I've probably also said it before, but all the smaller lots in Windenburg are 20 by 20s. I actually like those better than 20 by 15s. But maybe that's just because I like having a little bit of space to do like landscaping that fits with the surrounding landscaping. And that's easier to do on a 20 by 20 contra or versus a 20 by 15. So I appreciate that a lot. We should definitely get more 20 by 20 lots. I don't know. I just feel like 15 is very narrow. So, but I think there are some of those in, is it Evergreen Harbor maybe or something? But the ones in Windenburg are 20 by 20s, and I really like that size lot for these smaller builds. So this could actually have been a tiny house if it was just one story, but we're not making it one story. Not today. 2 stories, definitely. I also appreciate having 2 stories because you can get to the top. I mean, you can always just add a ladder or like an outdoor staircase to get to the rooftop, but I like the open glass door leading to the terrace on the 2nd floor, so it would need a 2nd floor to begin with for that to be possible, obviously. So, but definitely kind of giving tiny house vibes. This house is, I mean, yeah. I don't know if you agree with me, but I feel like it's giving tiny house vibes without being one because it's not small enough for it. It's actually been a long while since last time I used the tile counter feature, whatever you want to call that, from, what's it called, the stuff pack. Tiny House Living? Would it be surprising if it's Tiny House Living? Is it Tiny House Living? I don't know. But that one, I haven't used that. It's like a lot type thing, right? I haven't used that for the longest time, for like years, I think. I don't know. I just remember getting so tired of it because you couldn't do like rooftop terraces, for example, without it counting. But like, I personally still don't think anything outside of interior should count because you're just utilizing space, especially if it's already on top of the building. It definitely should not count. So, but that's just the way that it's done. I get it. I get that it's not possible to do it differently. Maybe, I don't know. But I get it anyway. I just don't fully agree with it. So, but I remember for play or game players that it does give some benefits. I just feel like it's very restrictive when it comes to basically decorating exteriors of the houses. So we're not really doing that a whole lot. I mean, we are decorating exteriors of houses, but not really using that type feature a whole lot here on the channel. It's just very restrictive. Anyway, so if there's anything you'd like to see, by the way, feel free to drop ideas down below. I am going to Italy in 1.5 weeks, and honestly, I need a whole lot done before that. I am like, we are working, I say we, but I just mean me, a lot these days, like trying to get stuff done for the booktube channel as well. So if there's anything you'd like to see, definitely let me know. We could do like a tiny house week as well. It's been a while since I've done any theme weeks, which I know some of you really enjoyed, but I've also not uploaded enough videos per week over the last couple of months to like do a theme week. It would be like it would be like doing one tiny house next week and then calling it tiny house week. Like, doesn't really make sense, does it? So it definitely requires more uploads per week than just one or two for it to be a theme week. But if there's anything like you're desperate to see, let me know. Maybe we can talk about it, or I can think about it and then dwell on it and overthink it like I usually do. But definitely feel free to share if it's of any interest, at least. I've kind of been like, because I haven't done a whole lot of apartments, but I think that jewelry apartment thing, I can't remember what it was called, or what I called it, Jewel Crafter's apartment or something. I think that kind of like, also doing apartment buildings myself and then decorating them afterwards, it just kind of like sparked a little bit like, I kind of want to decorate more apartments, even though I think as a builder I've always been more focused on exteriors of my houses. Like that's just what I've been gravitating towards since I started building a lot on the channel, which is a while ago. Let's just put it like that, a while ago. I think I've been focusing more on exteriors like rather than interiors, but I can't say for sure. Maybe it's been 50-50 at points, but I think in general it's been mostly exteriors. So I've definitely done a lot of apartments, but I think I've always enjoyed doing houses more because I get to do something with the exteriors of the houses. However, the Jewel Crafter's apartment, I've definitely been thinking about doing some apartments lately. So maybe we'll do a lot of those. I don't know. I just feel like I might be slightly running out of themes, but we can redo a lot of like grandparents raising children. That sounded weird. Grandparents raising grandchildren kind of themes again. 100 baby challenge. Oh gosh, I've done so many 100 baby challenge apartments. They're so fun to do because you have to do like a ton of bedrooms because there's so many children in those challenges. Like, are people screaming outside my window? Could you please stop it? I am talking to a microphone. Okay, thank you. But the weather is getting nicer outside, and that means people are hanging around outside, and I'm like, please start raining so I can have quiet. No, I'm just kidding. It's nice to see people are enjoying better weather, even though I actually personally really love the rain because it's just nice and cozy, but I also don't really go outside a whole lot. So I don't really get the annoying side of it, if you get what I mean. Yeah, just, maybe don't like... Actually, no, it's fine. Outside is not my space. You can do what you want outside. I'm being unreasonable, and I recognize it. I fully realize that I'm being unreasonable. It's been quiet all day, and then as soon as I start doing a voiceover, of course that's the thing. But anyway, so this is for the teen. They have basically the essentials, but I feel like that is also a bit of like an overall theme with the house. They don't really have any like things they don't necessarily need. So I really like the whole like bed right underneath the window, although I would not have that set up myself for various reasons, but I do like how it looks though. But yeah, they just basically just have the essentials. I figured it would be very nice for them to have their own like study corner right there with a desk so they could sit in peace and do their homework, because if the whole family is sitting in the living room, there's suddenly 3 people in this very tiny space. So I figured it would just be nice for them to have their own little desk in their own tiny bedroom. But I mean, it's not that tiny. I've made bedrooms that are tinier than this one. Yeah, definitely. But also the teen is also most definitely outdoorsy, just like their parents. So we're bringing that a little bit into this room as well with the, it's not a mural, a sticker thing on the wall there with the little owl peeking up behind the desk. So cute. Just like a little, like a touch of nature in here. And yes, the door still works when you have robes on it like that. I have play tested that like a million times. Sometimes they'll get questions about it, but don't worry about it. Wall decor tends to not get in the way of your Sims moving around. So certain things are okay. I know there's like exceptions to that, but in general, that's a thing. So the rope does not get in the way. Yes, it does float in the air though when you open the door, but most of the time the door is going to be closed. So let's just focus on that. But anyway, we are at the end of the video, more or less. So I'm gonna what was that? I'm gonna be wrapping up this voiceover now. If you guys like this house, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the trade files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below, as well as in the pinned comment, where you can find a link to the earlier mentioned booktube channels. So if you like to read and you like to watch videos where people rant about books, definitely go check it out. I'm having a lot of fun over there on that channel, so because I love books and I love to talk about them and I want to share it with people, so feel free to go check it out if you want to. But that is all I got for you guys today, so I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye bye.
I used to think I'm the problem, that I was way too sensitive, reacting way too much, until I realized we were different types, carrying a different triggers, scaring us to death. Oh, someday we will collide someplace where we can hide our space. Forget the world outside, just for a while, some way we will be fine. Safe place, just you and I, always. I will wait for us to collide. I'll wait, I'll wait. Old days, I used to blame me for crying, till I realized that I had needs you didn't meet. But that's all days, now that we see each other. Can we slow down, start over? Come closer. Oh, someday we will collide someplace where we can hide our space. Forget the world outside, just for a while, some way we will be fine. Safe place, just you and I, always.